When starting a relationship, we are immersed in sweet dreams, with hearts full of sincerity. These are the moments when everything feels simple and pure. We don't have hidden agendas, just thoughts on how to make our loved ones happy. Everyone wants to be the best version of themselves, not only to deserve each other, but also to be a pillar of support and inspiration for the other person. The plans we make sketch a picture of love full of hope, promising a future of closeness. But the flow of life is not always gentle. Work pressures, struggles, and even personal ambitions pull us into an endless spiral. When the heart is worn down by busyness, the raw emotions begin to fade. We start to forget the reasons we fell in love, and sometimes we change in ways we never wanted. Instead of preserving the innocence of love, we unintentionally let real life overshadow those beautiful values. The original plans for happiness gradually turn into calculations and measurements. Love no longer becomes the miracle we wish to nurture, but instead a lesson to impose on the other, sometimes transforming into control rather than shared connection. When the excitement of first love fades, everything slowly becomes quiet, and if it's not nurtured, love can lose its brilliance. At first, curiosity and the desire to explore pull us towards each other. But if we let those feelings drift away, the relationship can easily fall into a state of indifference and distance. At that point, love is just an existence, no longer a source of inspiration to enrich our lives. However, when love is directed in the right way, it becomes a deeper form of affection. At this point, feelings transcend the initial thrills and turn into a sincere care for the other person. Love no longer revolves around external attraction, but becomes the effort to understand each other's thoughts, dreams, and struggles. We begin to view the relationship as a long-term journey, where both people work towards the happiness of both. When love is true, we want to give more than receive. Trust becomes the foundation, and two lives gradually blend into one. Every action, every decision stems from the desire to bring peace and happiness to the one we love. This kind of love not only helps us improve outwardly, but also drives growth from within, making each person a better version of themselves. True love is like a mirror, helping us see the dark corners of our souls. Emotions like possessiveness, anxiety, or fear not only imprison us, but also hurt the ones we love the most. When we love sincerely, we don't shy away from facing ourselves. We strive to change, not just to become better, but to bring peace to the relationship. This is a sign of mature love, an expression of responsibility and deep care. However, true love is not something that can be achieved instantly. It is not simply based on initial attraction. It requires time to prove itself and grow. Over the years, love is tested by challenges, demanding patience and relentless effort. To become the best version for the one we love, we need to overcome many of our own limits, daring to step outside our comfort zone to build a lasting relationship. Yet, not every relationship is true love. Some couples live together in fatigue, causing each other pain because they have forgotten the original goal of love. Even when trying to build happiness through work and material accumulation, we may unknowingly lose ourselves. And when we are no longer the person the other once loved, the distance between the two hearts gradually grows. External success cannot replace the role we play within the family. You may be powerful and talented in the outside world, but if, when you return home, you are indifferent or distant, that success cannot compensate for the cracks in your relationships. When passion for work takes precedence over love and family responsibilities, it's easy to find reasons to distance yourself from loved ones. Even if you believe you're doing everything for your family, deep down, you may be chasing personal ambition. Personal growth shouldn't be limited to talent or career. It should also encompass changes in temperament and core values. In our journey of growth, we often prioritize easy solutions, avoiding facing ourselves. This leads to imbalance in roles, where some people take on the responsibility of earning money, while others handle the household. However, family happiness requires unity. Both making money and maintaining the home are tasks that demand equal love and effort. In childhood, family was always a safe haven, a place filled with the sweet memories of warm meals and laughter during reunions. It was where we felt the safest, loved, and protected unconditionally. But as we grow older, pressures from work, ambitions, and personal needs gradually pull us away from the embrace of family. And And when we return, we no longer ponder on what we can do for our loved ones. Instead, we focus on comfort and enjoyment. And if those needs are not met, quiet disappointment grows, creating a heavier atmosphere within the family. Family, initially a source of motivation for building our careers, over time becomes distorted, turning into a tool to serve personal ambitions. When life presents challenges, a failure in work, health issues, or emotional shocks, we stop to reflect. It is then that we realize we have inadvertently pushed our pressures, anger, and negative energy onto our loved ones. The hasty words, thoughtless actions, and hurtful remarks wound the hearts of our parents, spouses, and children, those who are the most important yet the easiest to forget in the race of life. Rather than waiting for a shock to awaken us, we can take proactive steps to change. Learning to love and understand ourselves is the first step in healing the invisible wounds within the family. Reading books, attending courses, or simply spending quality time with family can help ease stress and foster a sense of connection. A peaceful soul will radiate positive energy, mending cracks and soothing the unintended hurt caused to our loved ones. To keep the family always happy, we need to take care of both our behavior and communication. A pleasant, positive attitude will warm the family atmosphere. In contrast, negativity, irritability, or lack of tolerance will be the seeds that can break even the strongest bonds. Patience, understanding, and generosity are essential elements to nurture and maintain family affection. Family doesn't just need material things, more importantly, it needs care and sharing from the heart. Talent, money, or power are fleeting. They cannot replace love and responsibility. When we learn to take responsibility for our actions and words, the family becomes a place where our hearts return, not a place to escape from. Ask yourself, when all the external glamour fades away, what will remain inside me? The answer does not lie in fame or wealth, but in the core values we have cultivated for our family and ourselves. Once you understand this, you will see clearly the true goal of happiness, not only for yourself, but also for those you love and who walk with you in this life. To change negative habits like stress, control, or anger, you need to start by patiently building a sustainable self-development plan. Nurturing the soul is not just an individual task, but an essential part of every relationship. Love and attachment are not naturally given. They require continuous effort to improve oneself and deepen the connection with others. When you realize that your soul is clouded by negative emotions, you must first find inner peace before things get worse. Even though anxiety and pressure may still exist, nurturing positive energy will bring noticeable changes. A calm, relaxed mindset not only helps you see things more clearly, but also positively influences how your loved ones respond. Family, like a mirror, will reflect the energy you bring. When you are gentle and loving, they will respond in a similar way. Science shows that your internal changes always influence those around you. A positive, loving attitude will spread, but the rate at which each person absorbs it can vary. Major changes sometimes provoke quick reactions, but with subtle and gradual changes, it takes time for the impact to sink in and become effective. Imagine when you walk into the house with a gentle smile, relaxed eyes, and no expectations, you've unknowingly opened the door to comfort and love. That positive energy is an invitation for others to feel at ease. On the other hand, if you enter with frustration, a closed-off gaze, and sharp words, you unintentionally create a wall of separation. But when you consistently maintain a gentle, unpressured state, the environment around you will naturally become harmonious and pleasant. Instead of trying to change others, start with yourself. When you change, the energy you radiate becomes a catalyst, soothing tension and opening space for love. Small actions like offering a smile, withholding judgment, or creating moments of calm have a powerful impact. Although these changes may not be immediately recognized, they quietly nourish and soothe the relationships around you. Each time you relax, each effort to change from within not only enriches your soul, but also radiates to those around you. Just like when you admire a blooming flower, you not only appreciate its beauty, but also transmit that positive energy to your loved ones, even if they are not present at that moment. The connection between you and them is an invisible thread, where every change within you can spark positive transformations in them. When you carry love and peace within, you create a warm environment that attracts goodness from those around you. Even if they are not near, that energy still flows through the deep bonds of relationships. It's not just an immediate effect, but also a feeling passed through time, memories, and small yet meaningful actions. Simple things like reading a book, admiring flowers, or participating in community activities are ways for you to sow seeds of positive energy. The moment you find peace is also when your loved ones have the chance to feel that change. They don't need to be physically present to witness it, but they will sense it through softer words, loving gazes, or simply the gentleness radiating from you. Sometimes what loved ones need most is not a material gift, but your sincere presence. A warm meal, a deep conversation, or simply sitting beside them and offering your full attention is enough to make them feel loved. When your soul is at peace, you'll notice that they respond more positively and become more connected, even without words. Difficult times often remind us of the value of love and empathy. When someone faces a challenge, they don't need judgment or excessive expectations. They just need a shoulder to lean on, an encouraging word, or genuine support. These simple gestures have the power to break down barriers, dissolve pride or arrogance, and brighten the true love between people. Looking back at relationships, you might realize that you've unknowingly put pressure on your loved ones. It's not that you don't love them, but sometimes your legitimate desires become burdens. Small expectations, like a mother wanting her child to do well in school, coming from love and current financial circumstances, can sometimes create immense pressure for the child. Becoming aware of this is an opportunity to change and lessen the unintended negative energy. It's not only a way to make relationships lighter, but also a way for you and your loved ones to step into a positive, comfortable, and loving space together. Sometimes in the roles of parent, spouse, or partner, we get swept away by societal expectations, forgetting the true meaning of love and responsibility within the family. We want our children to achieve things we never did, or set standards that we ourselves can't meet. Yet as we walk down this path, we unknowingly lose ourselves and dim the happiness of our loved ones. When we realize that our legitimate desires can sometimes become burdens, we need to adjust. The expectations placed on our loved ones, even when coming from love, can become unfair when they are worn out. The pressure from these demands not only tires them, but also makes the relationship tense and less connected. The feeling of compassion for loved ones, when we recognize they have borne too much pressure, is the starting point for awakening. The time they spend with us should be filled with joy and peace, but instead they endure prolonged exhaustion. Love is not about manipulation or imposition, but about respect and allowing each person to own their life. When we realize this, we no longer insist that they live according to our desires, but instead, we try to understand and walk alongside them. Letting go of desires, even those that seem reasonable, is sometimes the best way to show true love. We don't always need to force our loved ones to change. Instead, by stepping back and observing, we can choose the right time and way to help them overcome difficulties. A lasting relationship is not about perfect demands, but about flexibility and the ability to adapt to circumstances. Asking sincere questions is a way for us to understand the feelings of our loved ones and adjust ourselves. Questions like, "Am I causing you any pain?" or "Do you feel exhausted because of me?" not only show care, but also open the door to break down misunderstandings or the silent pressures that build up. By listening to their answers, we learn how to put ourselves in their shoes and act in a more thoughtful way. True love is about respecting the freedom of our loved ones, especially our children. Parents always want the best for their children, but best doesn't always mean right. Children need space to breathe, to freely decide their own lives without being imposed by their parents' desires. When we know when to let go, giving our children the right to independence, that is when love matures, where they not only feel loved, but also appreciate the trust from their parents. Life doesn't have to follow fixed formulas, and the most important thing is learning how to let go, creating space for our loved ones to grow freely. When we stop imposing unnecessary expectations, our loved ones feel lighter and more comfortable living life on their own terms. This not only helps relationships become harmonious, but also creates a pleasant environment where everyone feels understood and respected. I've realized that my own energy is the key that directly influences the emotions and state of others. If my words or actions leave my loved ones exhausted, it's a clear sign that change is needed. This change is not only a responsibility toward others, but also an opportunity for personal growth. Engaging in classes, reading books, or practicing positive methods not only helps me become better, but also radiates positive energy that affects my family. Change doesn't happen instantly. It's a journey that requires perseverance. During the process of self-improvement, our loved ones may not notice the changes immediately, but they will feel them through small actions. The bond within the family will be nurtured, and they will gradually support and walk alongside me on this journey. This effort not only enriches the relationship, but also lays a solid foundation for long-lasting happiness. When I choose to change for the sake of love, family becomes not just a place to live, but a place to connect and grow together. A positive attitude and an open heart are the most precious gifts we can offer our loved ones, bringing true peace and joy to everyone.